Good afternoon and welcome to Music Scrap, the musical scrapper. Beautiful, beautiful, sunny, very warm Thursday on the east coast of Canada. We actually have a heat warning out for today because the humidex is going to be substantial, and considering we haven't had a lot of hot weather, they have the warning out for people because having a suddenly hot, humid day can be a health issue for some people, since we're not used to it. But it's still nice and cool in my apartment because we haven't had enough hot days in a row, and especially evenings. The evenings have been getting cool, and we've had frost in the mornings for the last week and a half still, so my apartment hasn't had enough warmth to, heat up and stay hot. So it's still nice and cool in here. No need for AC yet, in my place anyway. So last time I was scrapbooking, I worked on this page, and I had gotten it all finished except for adding this rocket. So I added the rocket. I've got my pamphlets in the little pocket I cut there. And so then what I did the other night when I sat down and had felt like doing anything, I did the next two pages for Kennedy Space Center. It's hard to get them both totally in, but anyway. So these I just used circle punches. This I cut out of a scrap of the paper that I had left. This planet happened to be in a scrap like this, but a little bigger. So I fussy cut it out. The rest are just hole punched with different size circle punches and added just for a little interest on the page. So now I'm ready to move on to SeaWorld. Oh, right, which reminds me, I really should put, just a second, I didn't put a link on my Manicam for, just a moment, please. Got to set something up here. If you're watching the recording, this is recorded live, and I don't edit, so just fast forward the next couple of minutes while I set something up here on my Manicam settings. We're waiting for people to arrive live in the chat here. If they don't, I've got a few people, and I've got 3 people live, but I'm late, so other people are probably out doing stuff as well. Okay, I'm just opening. I forgot to open my Silhouette software so I can cut out my files. So I'm opening that. Okay, hold on. Just a moment, please. Okay. Let's go back to... Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay. So I've got that ready to go. And I forgot something.
Mail call, ma'am.
Okay. Sorry about that little bit of a ride there, but oh, you've summoned Joan, have you? Okay, good. Okay, Jillian. All right, let me go back to... All right, so... Let me turn on my lights so I can see here. There we go. Oh, my coffee's hot. All right, so this is SeaWorld stuff. So let's get my... I'm probably going to need 2 pages for SeaWorld. I just have those extras in case. That's my Miami. All right, let's see. All right, so I have this flyer. I have 2 of those. I have this little book of 3x4 postcards. I have this map. I have a bag. So I'll probably use the bag as a pocket like I did before. And I think that's it for SeaWorld. Yep. Okay. All right, those are going to go on the second set of double pages. Which it wasn't quite so grungy, but you know, it's old. Okay, I'm not sure why I have 2 of these, but I'll keep one. Okay. So I think I'm going to do the same thing on this page that I did for Busch Gardens so that I can have this, so I'll be cutting a slit in the, when the time comes. But first I need to cut my, things that I have ready to cut for my pages. So I'm going to take you over to my software with me. Just a moment here. Just a second here. Okay. Just want to make sure it's looking proper. Oh, it's not showing. Just a moment, please. It is not showing. Okay, just a minute. Oh, it won't show both things at the same time. That's strange. Oh well. Guess there's nothing I can do about that. But anyway, I'm not going to be editing it anyway because it should be ready to go. So I'm opening my file here. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, here we go. Okay, so I need to, it shows the wrong thing. I need to merge. So we need to merge waves. And merge just a second. I think I'm opening the wrong ones. 1 moment. I am. I have to make it. I'll group them. All right, and also add the other waves. And and then on this page, hi Sophia, hi Joan, nice to see you ladies. I'm just getting my files open here. I need to switch Okay, hold on. Okay, so those are my waves. so let's get these cut first before I worry about anything else. So I have to do I'm going to resize them at the same time, and I'm going to want them to be as close to 12 inches as I can. And these are okay that size. Alright, so what I'm going to do is put this up here. So that's going to be one color blue. And this here is going to be another color blue. And then these two will be the other color blue. That way I can be sure. And you need to cut 2 of them. So, let me find my 2 colors of blue that I need here. See here. That might be too much for contrast. Oh, there. This will work. There we go. That'll work better, I think. Oh, wait a minute. They're not the same. They are not the same. Okay, that one. Actually, that's probably a better color to go with it. I don't really need 2 because they get cut in half. All right, need my trimmer. I guess I should put you guys back on my desk so you can see what I'm doing here. All right. Yes, it's going up by later this afternoon. It's going to be 31 out there with a humidex of 36 or 37. So they're warning people today to be careful. Just making it a 1/4 inch less than 6 so it will comfortably go on my mat here. Alright, so let's see to figure out which one I need on the bottom. So the dark on the bottom and the lighter on the top. Oops, hold on. A little bit of paper still left from my last cut that I didn't notice. And that will kind of mess up the blade if it runs into excess paper like that. It can skim over it and then not cut in that certain area if you're not careful. Okay, so the trick is, for me, it seems that I've got this lovely machine all sorted out finally. If you weren't here the other day, I was having trouble with my Cameo, but it seemed that the roll bar was not completely locked in place. It was in lock mode, but wasn't completely turned. And so that's why it was occasionally out of place. Sorry, my Cameo's behind me, so if my voice goes a little far away, it's because I'm talking while I'm facing my... Okay, so let's take you over to my workspace here. And so I am sending it to get cut. So what you have to do is you need to click, you need to make sure that there are cut lines around each of your SVG files, because these were SVG files. It was not, I didn't save it as a silhouette file, not yet anyway. So now that I have my red marks, I have the auto blade in, so I'm going to leave that. Cardstock plain is correct, so I'm gonna leave it at that, and it's gonna go at 3. I'm just gonna click it to 4, and I'm gonna put the force up a little bit because mine seems to need a little bit of extra force to cut through. And I'm going to send that through. And luckily, with the extra, with the newest update to the Silhouette software, they have fixed the Bluetooth for the Mac, so it does work now as Bluetooth. Yay! For those who have Mac. The Cameo 3 previously would not work with your Bluetooth. If you had the latest High Sierra or whatever, the latest OS, it would not work with the Bluetooth. So if you've been waiting to update to the newest operating system on your Mac, you can do that now and update your Silhouette software, and it will work with your Bluetooth. Yay! Oh, really, Sophia? Oh, fun! What part of Canada? That is great, Sophia. He will love it here in Canada. What part of Canada is he going to head to? Woo! Before I take it off my mat, I'm just going to check and make sure it's cut through, and it has. I'm going to eject it, and I'll take you back to my desktop here. All right. All right, while I'm taking this apart and pasting it on, I am going to cut the second version of each. I don't know why I didn't cut out two of those small ones while I was at it, but anyway, whatever. I didn't line this one up right on the page. Let's mute my desktop. Toronto. Oh my gosh, Sophia. PhD, good for him. Toronto is an amazing city. I absolutely love Toronto. So I'm going to cut the same thing here. Uh-oh. Dark on bottom, light on top, right? That's what I did? Yes. Okay. And it's exactly the same cut. So I'm simply going to send it. Okay, so any specific reason why he chose Canada instead of staying in the UK? Or is it just because he wanted to travel while he was young? Just smart. Just a little spot there that was near the bottom and didn't. Well, that's strange. I guess I can leave it. See what it looks like. actually, I want to have, I'm going to trim that off. I want it all the way to the edge on the inside there. Oh no, what did I do? Oh, okay, yeah. Never mind. Panicked for no reason there for a minute. Had a bit of a rough cut there for some reason. This bottom cardstock was a little thicker than the other, so it kind of probably could have used a second cut. I didn't realize they weren't the same cardstock, or I would have cut it differently. Okay, just a moment, guys. I've got a delivery coming. Okay, I'm back. Well, they are repainting the lines in our parking lot on Monday. So I just got the notice. All cars have to be moved. Alright, this is a kit. It was actually a very reasonable price. I got on Amazon because I needed some posts for my scrapbook. So this is a kit that has all the different size posts. Oh, of course the thingy broke, of course, because I have to break everything. Where is the dang plastic? Ah. Piece of tape. Honestly. Yeah, in the U.S. is much more difficult. I know my sister's boyfriend, before he passed away, he was working in the States he was doing computer security and etc. for Goodyear Tire Company. And man, I'll tell you, thank goodness the company was great in helping him and sponsoring him. But I mean, every year he had to prove that there was no one, and the company had to prove that there was no one in the U.S. that could do his job, right? Yeah, so it was pretty interesting. So you can make great big, very thick post-bound albums, which is nice because so this kit was only, I don't know, $6 or something. It wasn't very much at all. $7.99 maybe, $6.99. And it gives you lots of different options of sizes of posts. So anyway, now I need to put this back on, make it work. I hope it didn't completely break off. Woo! If it did, I'll have to put it in another container. No, okay, it just came out of the holes, I guess. I tried to open it from the top instead of the bottom. That's why I pulled it right out of the holes. There we go. Oops. There. Okay, so that's that. That's what just arrived. Okay. All right, Jean. All right, before I take this off, I am going to cut the bottom part a second time on this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the top colors, and then I'm going to go back and I'm going to cut the bottom again. I didn't take it out of the rollers yet, so it should line up fine. I'm just going to go in here with my scissors and trim along the line because it's annoying me. Yeah, this, should have realized it when I was putting it on. This cardstock is quite a bit thicker than the other one, than the lighter blue. Kind of like punching out the stickers. Okay. Of course, I mean, not that I don't understand that the U.S. is position on the matter, like they're trying to protect jobs for their residents, which of course is understandable. It just cool. Well, there are several great universities in the Toronto area and museums, so you never, and, you know, a lot of media, and who knows what he'll find. Toronto is the fourth largest city in North America, so I'm sure he'll find something there for him. Okay, so that goes on like this. Oops, another spot there that I didn't catch. Okay. So that goes on top like that. And swirl. Swirly wave. So hopefully this next one will come out a lot easier. Eesh. Uh-oh. It's just a little wee snip of that. All right. Just trying to do this without tearing it. There we go. Okay. So this is going to go over here. So that goes, oops! So that's going on top. Can't remember if I remembered to move back over to me here or not. Yeah, I did. Okay. Okay, Sophia. Alright, so that goes like that. And that will be right here because we're going to have a work jumping out of. Okay, so let's get this glued on. I think I'll just use my. Finally finished that silly roll of tape that was driving me batty. Thank goodness. Kept rolling off the rollers. Doesn't happen very often. Okay. Just going to, since this is, I'm just going to shape it like that a little bit. All right. So that's going to go on the bottom there. Oh, sorry, I blew away my. Oh, that's my asthma. I'm not getting sick. Don't worry. It's just. Just have a little bit of fringe there I want to get off. Now, before I put this together, I need to cut out my orca because he's going to be coming out of there. So, I need to go back. Actually, I need to take these waves off. To the other side before I cut out my orcas. Let's take this top one off first. My gosh, it's still pretty sticky. Didn't think it was still this sticky. Cut quite a few pages on this mat. It was brand new when I started this project, but well, almost new. It came with my machine, which I hadn't used much before this, other than a couple of tests, and I did it with my other mat. So better cut out much better with that second cut. Nice. It just, you know, some of the paper needs to have a second cutting. Okay, just put that over behind me for a moment till I'm ready for my next cut. Okay, so I hope everyone who's watching is working on something of their own. Guess they could have both done with a second trim cut. Okay, and that one's gonna go. Okay, let's see. Doesn't seem to be cutting as well in the center cuts. That's really strange. Yes, I am. Well, Joan, on these pages I'm putting, just a moment, on this page is going this SeaWorld bag. I should have put it, actually, I should have stuck it underneath this. So I may still have to do that. The SeaWorld bag, which I'm going to turn into a pocket for this pamphlet. And then on this side, this map of SeaWorld is going to go. So it's ephemera, really, that's going on the pages. It shouldn't be, Joan. It's brand new, but I think I'm gonna have to order a new one and see. I mean, my machine's brand new. I bought it at Christmas, and I've only done a couple of test cuts, and I haven't cut much with it, so it shouldn't be blunt, is what I'm saying. Okay, Sophia. So I don't know. But I do have the deep cut blade, so I don't know, maybe I'll just start using that one instead. But also, maybe I just haven't got the settings right yet, too. So, that could also be it. I know with my other Cameo, I always had to give it more pressure than it called for. Always. So maybe I just didn't move it enough. I just moved it a couple of degrees. Okay. I'm going to fix this one a little bit with some ink on those spots that are kind of messed up a little bit. So I've got all my distress inks, regular distress inks, boxed up to sell. I think I'm going to set my yard sale up inside to sell. Put a table out on the back deck. Simply because for the next 2 weeks, the only 2 days that we're supposed to get rain are this Saturday and next Saturday. It's like, really? Ugh. Let's see, which way does it go? No, this way. It goes this way. All right. Gotta make sure it meets over there. Am I sure it doesn't look better this way? No. Definitely goes this way. All right. Yeah, so I think I'm just going to set everything up inside. It's not going to be cold, so I'll be able to just leave the door open and let people come in. I have a mat at the front door so they can wipe their feet off. It's not like I have a carpet or anything. I have laminate floors, so, you know, I'll just close off my bedroom and bathroom and craft room and have everything set up to go. Rather than putting it off and then still having rain. If I only had a few things, it wouldn't be a big deal. I could set up underneath the overhang from my upstairs neighbor's like front deck, but I was gonna I have so much stuff I was gonna have to set up along my walkway and on the little front lawn patch and even in my parking spot. So, oh, for heaven's sakes, Jean, that's not what you were gonna do. Oh, that's what I get for gabbing. Hey, Marion. No, I just did update the software, Marion, but thank you. So I actually can now run on Bluetooth, yay, with my Mac. Because I updated my High Sierra, which messed up their Bluetooth working in their software program. So they had to update the software program, and of course, Apple doesn't always play nice with other software developers because Apple's very picky about allowing other software developers to, because they want to make sure that everything works properly that has Apple signature on it. So that's why they're very picky about it. That's why they don't let Adobe run Flash on their iPhones and iPads, because Flash is very unreliable. It should, you guys. Lag and chat didn't help me, though. I was gabbing away answering chat questions and wasn't even looking what I was doing. Anyway. All right. There we go. All right. So now I have to cut, where'd my other little, oh, it's over here. So I have to cut my two orcas now. So I'm going to need black and white for those. Let me take you over to the program with me, though. Alright, so I'm going to take this off and merge and open. So this, ungroup. So this guy's going to be white, and this one is black. So, and I need to cut 2 of them. So I'm going to, let's see if I can get to duplicate and then flip it. Object. Mirror. Flip vertically. No, I don't want to do that. I want to flip horizontally. Oh, and maybe hold on. Let's try this again. I'm trying to get it within the 6 inches so that I can cut them both out of the same. There we go. Same piece of cardstock, I hope. Duplicate. And I need to flip horizontally and vertically. Oops. There we go. Alright, so those are both cut out of one cut. So I need a piece of black. Okay, I know I've got black, and I know I've got white. There's black. Right, there's black. And hold on. That's purple. I think I only have plain white cardstock, so I'm gonna have to cut them on different passes. Oh, wait a minute. There's a very light gray. Maybe that'll work. It's very thin, though. Doesn't matter. Okay. Gonna have to cut it on different settings, but I'm gonna put it on that mat all the same. At the same time, hi Ange! Bye Sophia! Uh-oh, what's Joan doing now to trick you? Ange? Okay, the black cardstock's much thicker, so it is going to take, they're both textured cardstock though, so I'm just going to cut them at separate times so I can do the separate blade settings, but I'm going to put them on the same piece of cardstock, or same so the white is on this side. It's textured cardstock, but it's fairly thin, but I'm still going to put it on the textured cardstock setting. But you know what? I'm going to put textured side down, and I'm going to see, because it's not textured on both sides, I'm going to see if that helps the blade. So I have a feeling that the blade going over the texture sometimes causes some issues. So I'm going to test out that theory. All right. So let's bring you, so as you can see, sorry about that, I've got it set up here on my, but the black is much thicker cardstock. They're both textured. So I'm going to cut the white first, and then I'll cut the black, and that way I can use different settings. I just won't take it out of the, I won't eject it from the Cameo in between cuts. So I'm going to take you back over to my software setting here to show you what I'm going to do. All right. So this is my SeaWorld. My SeaWorld page, first two SeaWorld pages. Ange. So, first, I'm going to cut the white. So I'm going to click on those two and put my cut lines. Oops. All right, so you notice that there's no cut lines on the black side, so it's not going to cut that yet. So I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to change its cardstock. It is textured. It's not the black is heavy, the white's not heavy, but it's not a very intricate design, so I'm going to change the speed. I'll leave that. So for the white, it's not as heavy, so I'm going to leave it as a 1 cut. I'm just going to, I'll leave it at 4 because it's about the same thickness as the, all right, send it. That is the blade setting. Oh, okay. But is it, but Joan, you didn't log in through Facebook this time, right? So it's using your other, right? You didn't log in through Facebook, or did you? All right, so now I'm going to put no cut on those. And I'm going to cut the black side. And I'm going to up the depth of the blade. And I'm going to put the force to as high, and I'm going to do double cut. Actually, I'm going to do 3 times cut. All right. Because it's quite a bit thicker than my other one. All right. So I'm going to take you back to my desktop here. Judy! Hello, hello. Jillian. Yay for grocery delivery. I had some pork and potatoes and carrots left over from the other night for my lunch, which means I can have a light supper. So I'll probably just have an egg sandwich for supper at some point. I did my big grocery order the other day. I bought a lot of meat, so I was surprised at, I mean, it's still a lot, but it's enough meat for more than the whole month, so. Yeah, Judy, my Cameo 3 is cutting out some orcas for me. Okay, Dot. Is everybody else okay with the video? And it's cutting 3 times to get through the nice thick cardstock. We'll see what happens. See, I'm having a little trouble with my blade cutting the way I want it to, but like I said, I haven't played with it enough yet to figure out the settings. My other Cameo, I have the settings totally figured out, never had a trouble with it. But it did take me a while to figure out that my settings it had to cut deeper and heavier than suggested in the software. So I'm figuring out that that's the same for this Cameo. So, but I don't want to set it too high and end up cutting and destroying my mat either, because they're expensive. So I'm just trying to up it a little bit each time and get it sorted in my mind. So I've got my waves cut so far. My hair's driving me crazy. I need to go get my hair cut. Once it gets hot, it's going to annoy me because it's sitting on my neck. Oh, it looks like it overcut a little bit, of course. Anyway, we'll see. All right. I guess this one could have done with a double cut too. Oh no, it looks like they're all right. There's no detail in the white ones, so they should have cut fine with just one cut. Yes, sirree, Bob, they did. Okay. So I put the textured cardstock upside down on the page, hoping that would kind of alleviate issues with cutting. Oh, that's not a piece of black, that's the arrow. See, guys, my eyesight, sometimes I do silly things. nice, Jillian. They have delivery here too. Like I can get my the Superstore can deliver here, which is like Loblaws up in Ontario. Kroger's in the States. Kroger owns them. But anyway, but I'm not, well, especially since my knees aren't nearly as bad now. I don't want to, I mean, going for groceries is one of the few times I kind of get out and about, and I really like shopping. I don't mind grocery shopping, so I'd probably mind it if I had to do it over in Moncton because it's busier over there. It's not as busy over here in Riverview, but busy enough, but not as busy as over there. Moncton's a lot bigger than us. All right, Judy. Hurry back now, you hear? Oh. Of course. All right. One's going to have textured and one not anyway because of the way they're going to go on the page, so it doesn't matter to me. I don't care. They're going to be in plastic anyway, so it's not like anyone can feel the texture. See, even this could have done with it. And this paper's not thick. It really should not have needed a dual cut. But it's okay. It's good to know. See, I'm learning my machine. Learning how my machine is working. And just like my old machine, the settings on the software are bad. I should really email Silhouette though anyway, just to see if there has been an issue. I mean, maybe they'll replace my blade for me. Okay. So this guy's going to go this way, and this one's going to go this way. Now the black. Can't even see where the, oh, there it is. Okay. See, some places it cut perfectly, and other places it's not. Hold on, I have to open my software. You haven't used yours much either? course, I'm using SVG files too that are not mine. So, I mean, that could also be the issue. I have to test some of their designs to see if that's an issue, because it could very well be that the SVG designs have nodes missing or whatever. So I really should try some of my SVG designs and some of their files to see. That would give me some more information. I really need to do that. Test some of their, silhouettes designs, because that could be an issue, because the machine uses nodes, which are corners or spots. It's like dot to dot, when we used to do those dot to dot drawings, right? And it's those nodes that tell the machine cut from here to here, from here to here, and whatever. But if there are nodes missing in the SVG file, or when I trace a JPEG, that could be an issue. If there aren't enough nodes. To cut a corner, or etc. Oops. Oh, maybe that's this. No, it's not this one. Just that's the right one. Okay. And this one goes here. All right. And I think that's just, yeah, that's just what cut out of here. So that is how he goes together. So let's get him glued on. I think I'll use my, just a moment, need a piece of paper here. All right, let's do these small pieces first. Oh no, Dot. Yeah, exactly. So sometimes if it's not a great JPEG, you know, or a high quality JPEG, the nodes could be not close enough. And you can fix that by adding nodes, and I never even thought of checking on these files before I cut them, but anyway. Make sure I put the it on the correct side of the paper here. Judy, speaking of, thank you for saying that because I forgot to take my pills. Okay. The last couple of days I've been making my own homemade lemonade. Just using real lemon juice. And my stevia for sweetener. Okay. It's cheaper than buying, I can get a whole bottle of the real lemon juice for $2 at Dollarama. And so it's cheaper than buying the water flavor stuff. I don't mind drinking just plain water too, but sometimes it's just nice to have flavor. And lemon juice is good for you, so hey. So I used gray instead of white, but it won't show up as gray too bad as when it's on the page. So my white was just really thin, really icky, you know, the original paper that's in the scrapbook sleeves. And I didn't want to use the thicker cardstock because I figured it would never cut out. So I just used a light gray, which will look white on the page. So he's going to go there. Thank you, Judy. This is for my SeaWorld page, so all right, it's looking a little dark, isn't it? I wonder why it's looking so dark to you guys. Let me try and lighten it up a little bit. Let's see if I can brighten it up a little bit. That's a little better. All right. Ooh. Oh no, what did it? Oh, that's okay. It's going to be, it must have been glue on the other side of that piece of white paper, obviously. What I was using it for was, or it's there from when that's okay. My map's going to be there anyway, so. All right, let's get my other orca together. Ooh. Okay. Good thing I put to cut 3 times, because it never would have cut out at 1 or 2. All right. And it's probably working. Uh-oh, I don't know where my other little... That's strange. Oh, there it is. Oh, I see. I took it from the wrong one. That doesn't matter. Okay, hello. Sorry, it's hard to see the lines and I don't want to rip somewhere by mistake. Oh, this poor little guy is in rough shape. I might do an edit of this video and send to Silhouette so they can see that I'm even. But of course, I will try some other files first. Some of their files to see if it cuts better. And then I'll know it's a file issue and not to complain. Okay. Because actually, when I look at the nodes, this file did not have very many nodes. So, and I can't remember if I simplified it. I may have simplified it, which would make it my fault. All right. Who stole my sander? It was right there. Where'd it go? Really? Honest. It's like totally disappeared. It's like this big. How did it I think it fell on the floor. Oh, yes, it did. Oops. I don't remember hearing it fall. Long nose. Scissors coming to the rescue again. Oh, I bet you are worn out, Ange. Whew. You can say adios to all those terrible neighbors. And I hope you're going to be so happy with... I mean, I know you give up a certain amount of freedom when you know, go in with a roommate, but, you know, sometimes it's worth it. Just for financial reasons, to get that worry off your head. Okay. All right. Let's get this little guy together. Oops. Oh, for goodness sakes, Jean. I did not get it lined up right at all. And now the glue's dry. That's why I dislike using glue sticks. But I thought it would be the easiest for me in this situation. But it's being a pain. There. All right. Yay, and I'm glad. All right, this poor little fin needs a little trimmed off here. Didn't go all the way through that final layer of paper. Okay, hold on. I need to make sure I'm doing the right, gluing the correct side of this. And I am. Okay. Okay. Coffee time. Okay, so he's going to be coming out from under these waves. So let's actually so that's how I want to put him, I think. All right, so that's going to go right there. My pages often take a long time to put together because I like to be creative and I rarely look at layouts that other people have done. I mean, why would I want to copy someone else's layout? Because I like to keep my scrapbooking artistic as well. So I don't necessarily like to Thanks, Judy. Thanks, Joan. If you guys can ever get to our live stream, it's very much worth the trip because you miss a lot when you don't get to see the live chat. And I mean, I understand some people have lives, and when we stream during the day and you're at work, you're not able to come, but I'm going to just add a little bit of a white shadow to look like there's a light shining on his eye there. Same thing on this one. There's also a little white there that didn't cut out on that one. Okay. Okay, so that guy's like that, and then the same idea here for this guy. Oh no, Judy. Okay. Okay, that didn't line up very well on that edge, but that's okay. I can live with that. Now, don't get me wrong, some of those ladies who scrapbook, you know, by design or whatever, using they come up with some lovely pages, but I don't scrapbook, and I never have. Even when I started scrapbooking, you know, and I mean, obviously, in the very beginning, I was looking at other people's scrapbooking when I found out what it was, because, you know, other than collecting photos and ephemera like we did with this old-fashioned scrapbook, I never scrapbooked never knew it was a art until, you know, 8 years ago, I found card making at a Stampin' Up! Party, and then following that, discovered after the card making, discovered scrapbooking when I was looking for videos on card making on YouTube, and I found scrapbooking. And of course, my sister had been scrapbooking for quite a few years and had kept saying, Jean, you should start scrapbooking, you would love it. And I was like, yeah, I know I'll love it, and probably cost me a fortune. And I knew myself, I knew I would get obsessed, because by that time anyway. And then, of course, I was off work, had nothing to do but sit around because my legs were in, you know, pain and agony and whatever. And I was like, I think I'll start doing... And I wasn't even going to do card making. My cousin asked me to this Stampin' Up! Party because it was a friend of hers that was hosting it, a teacher friend. And I was like, oh, okay, but I'm not buying anything. Ugh. Yeah, I had spent like $400 at that first Stampin' Up! Party because I bought my big shot. I bought a whole set of the big alphabet dies, the big like 3-inch alphabet or 4-inch alphabet, because I used it for my bulletin boards at school, and yeah. Anyway, from there. It was all downhill from there. And then I found in my YouTube search and stuff, I came across Paula's YouTube channel. And then I was like, ooh, what's this mixed media stuff going on? I never knew mixed media. Like, I knew I couldn't draw. Certainly not like my sister. My sister's got Dee Dee talent for drawing. And I know Dee Dee doesn't like to think that there's talent involved, but yes, I mean, I know everybody, even those with talent, have to practice. They have to sit down and put the hours in. But there are people who are born with more talent than others in a lot of things, whether it's art or music or math or science or whatever. Yes, they still have to practice and hone their skills, but there are people born with more talent than others. And my sister was born with Dee Dee type drawing talent. And I knew I didn't have that. Even in my music. I mean, my technical skills in music are not where I flourish. I don't have the best technical skills for singing or for playing the piano or for playing instrument. My music strength is in the musicality part of it. Telling the story, the feeling, reaching people with my music. That's where I flourish. Not with the technical stuff. I mean, these little puny fingers, yeah, they can't get that technical on the piano. But, all right. But I taught myself a Beethoven sonata for a music festival competition. I was in university and I was studying voice, was my major. So in order to qualify for the Rose Bowl for my the festival where I grew up, I had to also do piano pieces, and I wasn't taking piano lessons at the time, so I learned a Beethoven sonata all by myself and blew the adjudicator away. I mean, for the musicality part of it, not necessarily the technical skills, but anyway. Hey, Dar! Okay. So that's going to be that. And of course, I don't have to put titles on these pages because the ephemera that I'm putting on the pages, oh gosh, I'm going to have to pull him up because I didn't think he was that big. I'm going to have to put him on top. Hold on. Hold the fort. Pray for me. Pray that I didn't push him down too hard here. Should have thought of that. Thank goodness it's HEG and not double, and not the... It doesn't cure for 24 hours, so usually you're safe if you go very carefully. Okay, all right, so that'll give me enough room. Okay, Marion, no issue, no problem. I've got my legs up underneath my desk. I've got 2 footstools under here. One for facing this way and one for facing my computer. As my desk is a 3-sided... Oh, I should scan this. Oh, no, those are... See, the SeaWorld show schedule. It doesn't matter. I want it for the map. I have dolphins for my next SeaWorld page, so be prepared for more scrapbook cutting or die cutting. Okay. All right. Of course, I know sometimes you have to actually lay down and get the legs up above heart level, but that's why I stayed in bed this morning, because I didn't do enough of that yesterday. So I just had to stay in bed a little extra longer this morning and fell back asleep, and I'm so comfy in my bed. Oh, I've got pillows underneath my feet so that they're up. Judy. That's funny. All right. SeaWorld. All right. Actually, having that down a little bit will kind of cover up this mirroring a little bit of the waves, which I like. So that's going to go right there. And I will be making a pocket for this SeaWorld. And I think I'm going to, I don't want it to go down quite so far. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick a little piece of double-sided tape in there. Yes, poor Judy's delusional again. I think she's been sniffing too much glue or something. Or too much matte medium. Something. Okay, so now I need another little piece because I didn't break off a long enough piece. Silly girl. Oh, for goodness sakes, Jean, really? I should have just did one long piece and then would have been a lot easier than this. Okay. Alright, now to get the layer off here. Hold on. This poor old bag's in pretty bad shape. It's fallen apart. It's not been protected. It's just been in my old scrapbook, which obviously are not acid-free or archival because the poor pages fell apart. Just like our old school scrapbooks that we used to have in school for art class and stuff like that. I don't know what we used to, I guess we used to draw in them. Our classroom teacher just taught art. We did not have art necessarily as a subject. We just did it as along with our, that should close that off a little bit so that it doesn't get lost in the, there we go. That's better. I think that Eileen probably left the bar open. By the way, sending out hugs to Eileen and her mom. We miss you, Eileen. And send you lots of love. Oops, okay. Okay, this will make sure I get it at a good level. All right, so now I need to put them in my pockets so that I'm going to take photo first, though, because I don't want the photo in the... I've been sending photos to my sisters. Uh-oh, my poor phone. It died. I guess I'll get photos later. My phone's so dead it won't even, it'll take a couple of minutes to get enough juice to even open up. That's okay. I'll get a photo without. I'll just have to take them back out again later. Alright, so let's get my scrapbook out. So this one's going in here. That way I'll know where to cut the slots for the pockets. Hold on. What is going going on? It does not want to go in this side. Come on. No, it's not more than 12 by 12 because my 12 by 12 paper just doesn't want to. There we go. Oh, for goodness sakes. Good thing I don't swear because I might be censored by Ustream right about now. All right. I don't know if you have any Epsom salt, but soak your feet in Epsom salt and try and even if you just get your whole body in the tub and try and make sure that the water line for your Epsom salt is like up past wherever's swollen. So if all your legs are swollen, then put some Epsom salt in the tub and get your body in the tub. So, yeah. And tonight, if you can, put a couple pillows underneath your knees, from your knees. It'll hurt your back if you don't put it like underneath your knee area. So from your knees all the way to your feet. If you have a couple extra pillows, put them underneath your feet tonight in bed. And that should help as well. Get those feet up above your heart level. And yes, if you buy a pair of compression stockings at the pharmacy, your local pharmacy should have them. That will also help. Okay, so now what I need to do is mark where I want to make my pocket. So I'm just going to put a little dot of black there and there. And from here to here. Just used a micron pen to do that because it'll mark on plastic. And I apologize for the glare happening, but that's going to be the case when you have okay, so I need my little I have a small okay, so stick it in there. I'm going to turn it around because this one is high enough that it's too far away from my eyes for me to do it properly. And I'm going to line up my straight line. And then get my Timmy ruler because it has a metal edge. And where did I just put my, see? Oh, no, I didn't take it out of there yet. Okay. Sorry, I didn't get this lined up, but it moved on me. Okay. Oops. Alright, so now I am going to run a line of tape both under here and under there. And it'll show up a little bit through the plastic, but you know, not enough that I'm going to worry about it. Sorry, gotta get my, oh! I'm ripping it! Oh no, oh no, oh no. I shouldn't have done that one first. Hold on. I know that feeling, Ange. Oh! Dang it. I'm not being careful enough. This is old paper, Jean. Old paper. These layers are coming apart. Wasn't careful enough to try to rip up that. Didn't make sure I had only the. I'm gonna take it from the other edge now here. See if I can get a better grip on just getting the liner. If I had skinnier fingers, this would be easier, but anyway. Just trying to get the tape liner pulled up here. But it wants to, it doesn't want to release. Oh, there we go. Got it, finally. Oops. All right. Alright, now I'm going to add just a couple of pieces of paper underneath here just to protect this edge. Give it a little support. And I'll just use some of this leftover paper here. I love looking at my scrapbooks and my journals. I get them out very often and flip through them, bring back all the great memories. Oops. Now on this page I won't have to do this extra because it's not going to be a pocket. It's just going to be a slit where the part of the map can come through. So it's not going to have something coming in and out of it. So just putting the piece of tape on is going to work. Well, may not even need a piece of tape. I don't think I put tape on the other one. On my other page. My Bush Gardens page. I think I just okay, hold on. Hold the fort here. Get this slid all the way in before I put down the cut it a little bit too long. Okay, so that works. And before I turn my book back right side up, I'm going to do this trim. I'm going to have to use my larger one. Put this way down. This one's nice because it's clear. I can see where I want to cut, which is nice. Oh, did I put my? I didn't put my. Here it is. This is why I usually like working in my 12 by 12 3-ring binder until I get all the pages done, because then I could have easily taken these pages out. It's just what I'm going to do when I start working on my family album for myself, my own pages. I will work in the pages in my 3-ring binder so that oh, good, Jean. You have a ruler there for a reason, you know. Stupid. It's pretty bad when you can't even cut with a ruler. That's why I don't use a craft knife very often, because I'm really bad with a craft knife. Wow. I think that still has its plastic on it. Yeah, that's how seldom I've used this one. It still has the plastic coating on the other side, which needs to be taken off. But anyway, whatever. Be careful because I don't want to rip this map. I think I'm going to have to put, because it's so close to the edge, I'm going to have to put tape along here. Okay, hold on. I need to put this guy up like this. Okay. I may wait and fix this when I have, because okay. Went a little crooked with my line here, so I'm just trimming off some of the plastic. There we go. Ta-da! 2 pages done. Okay. There we go. What do you think, ladies? Of course, now I have to take the pictures with, as long as I take them when I don't have lights on, it won't hurt. There won't be any glare. Because I can't take the pages out now. All right. So now I need 2 pages for my dolphins. So I can't use gray background because the dolphins are going to be gray and blue. Thanks, Judy. So I think I'm going to use this light blue for my dolphin page. My 2 dolphin pages. Or, just a minute, because it's these little, just want to make sure that wonder, maybe I should use a dark. Don't think I have two of a dark teal though. I wonder. Let me look because I might have an even better color. Let's see. Let's see. Not there. It has to be more on the blue green side. Oh. Ooh, ew, ew, ew. Hold on. I think maybe this color's better. If I use, if I use white, because they're already framed with white, right? So, yeah, I think I like this color better than the light blue. Are you guys game to stay a little longer? I think. Thanks, Judy. Thanks. Thanks, Joan. I know, eh? I can't believe I was so excited when I found the scrapbook because I thought it got lost in one of my moves. And, I was so worried that it was lost. All right, I'm going to start another recording for this next page because I'm going to run out of time in a little over half an hour. So stay tuned.